Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life with Marian and Joe. Joe here. Thanks for stopping by today to see what's going on in my part of the world. I almost pinned Marian down today to do the intro with me, but it just got too late and she had other engagement that she had to take part in, and therefore is not available. And here I am, home alone again, and I figured let me film my intro to this little video. Today, I'm just finishing up some odds and ends that I had left to do for my spring and Easter decor, and I'm talking about little things, a little arrangement I did on a side table, something for the sidebar, and a little something that I did on my new mantle that I made for the electric stove. For those of you who know what I'm talking about. So it's very, very little in what I had left, other than the bay window, which I'm actually going to start. To be honest with you, I've been putting it off. I wanted to start it today, and I kept saying, okay, a little later, and obviously right now it is late already, so I don't think I'm going to start. But you never know, because you know me, I do things at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we'll see how I feel after I finish this and edit this little video. So anyway, since it's a bunch of not much of anything, I thought I'd take the opportunity to answer a question that so many people have been asking me for so long, and that is, how did I get involved in this decorating stuff? Especially since my background is as a biology teacher. And like I said in the last video, I taught AP Bio and Honors Bio and Biology. And I also taught nursing students for a few years as well. Usually what happens is people that have a science background use one part of their brain, and people that are artistic use another part of the brain. So I guess I'm using both sides of my brain, even though I still do a lot of stupid things. But anyway, so the question that so many people have been asking is how I got involved in this. And to be honest with you, I think it's part of my genetics. My father's family is and was extremely artistic. Many of them were artisans with doing plaster work and moldings, and my uncle was a master carpenter, and my father was also a very accomplished carpenter and artist, and he became a police officer, but actually he was really, really artistic. He used to paint cars for an auto body shop, and he would mix his own paints and do a lot of detailing work and so on. And as a kid, he would sit down with me and draw with me and, show me tricks on, how to draw different things and how to approach different things like that. So I accredit a lot of my drawing skills to my father and my father's family, who was also very proficient in playing instruments. And I also play an instrument. I play the clarinet. I have since I've been in the 3rd grade. My mother's family had a lot of educators, a lot of teachers in the family. Hence, there you go. I'm a teacher, as well as my sister was a teacher. So my mother also worked in embroidery mending. Now, during the day, she worked in a factory, and at night she taught in the adult learning center how for people to mend. And it's not. I don't know if you understand what this is. This was done on a machine, and it was all that like lacy work and applique work and all of that kind of stuff. Right now, I don't think it's very popular, and if it is, computers do it. But back then, she had she was very, very talented in that, and she was very proud of what she had accomplished. as well as in my mother's family. My grandfather was a tailor at Bergdorf Goodman. As I've said in the past, he actually tailored Joan Crawford's clothes for her when she would come to Bergdorf Goodman. And my cousin was a very accomplished artist. In fact, when I was just 5 years old, I had painted a picture, and my mother and father showed it to my cousin Fabian, and he told them that I showed great promise and that I could eventually become an artist. But what happened was my sister had to have braces on her teeth when she was young, and I used to go to the dentist with her, the orthodontist, all the time, and I became fascinated by that whole process, and that's what made me want to become a dentist. So what happened was I knew that I had to become and excel in the sciences in order to become a dentist, but twist of fate, and I wound up in teaching. But my love for art has never faded. Marianne and myself were directors of a color guard for over 30 years, and which is a very artistic craft, as well as I continued playing the clarinet as long as I possibly could. I love, drawing still to this day. For those of you that know me, I always draw my ideas down on a pad before I actually, construct them. And I think designing and decorating, especially for the holidays, became a artistic, creative outlet for me to constantly create new things and dabble with color and different things. Now, I don't go out and buy new things. I choose to make them, although I'm not a crafter by any sense of by any sense. But I do try to put things together so that they come out the way I want them. For example, like those logs that I had made in the woodland Easter decor, the tree trunks and so on. All of those I created myself because, it's easy. I can go out and cut them down. That's true. But as a creative outlet, I needed to be able to create them. And like this scene right behind me, I knew I wanted something for April showers bring May flowers. So I kept thinking, how could I do that in here? So I came up with that idea. And I'm sure somebody else has done it, because if I thought it, obviously somebody else has thought of it. But, I thought, well, maybe I can make the chandelier look like it's actually raining, like it's decomposing or decomposition of the crystals as it's coming down. And, finding the bunnies with the umbrellas was just the cherry on the cake that brought the whole scene to life. So anyway, that's a little bit about my background and why I like to decorate. Also because, I like the house to look nice. This is the way that I can do that. Do I drive people crazy? Yes, because like I told you before, I'm always, changing things and doing things. And then I don't like people to really be touching things, when they come over, and everybody is touchy-feely. They want to feel everything. Not so much with Easter, but, I've discussed this so many times with Christmas that it drives me crazy when people want to touch my stuff. Not so much because I'm afraid they're going to break it, although I am afraid that they're going to break it because it has happened in the past. It's because I don't want it disturbed unless I disturb it. It's something like that. I can always tell when I walk into a room if someone has touched something. It drives Marianne. She has a fit of laughter all the time because I'll walk in and I'll say, "Who touched that? I know somebody was here. They touched that." And she'll laugh because it might be, might have been a nephew or, somebody that stopped by and then they pick something up and put it back down, and I can tell. All right, so I hope I did not bore you with that story, but that's a little bit more of my background. And I hope you enjoyed this little tiny bit that I did. And so what I have left is the bay window, and I'll share that with you when I finish that, as well as the spring Easter house tour. Okay, so stay tuned for the video. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. So one of the most iconic flowers of spring, obviously, is the daffodil. There's a few others, but the yellow daffodil is, I think, screams spring. So I just put it in a crystal bowl that has like a flower shape, and I simply did that. That's it. That's 3 picks of daffodils, and down in the bottom I put a philodendron just for some green. I know some people think that, you know, fake plants are tacky, but you know what? Whatever. I don't have to water them, and I don't have to take care of them, and it's some color, and that's what I want for spring. So I'm keeping it simple, and that is that. So now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do on that sidebar. I was not going to do anything, but I think I might do a little something. Maybe. I'm going to see right now. So I'm going to start with a piece of the green grass carpeting to echo what's going on here on the dining room table. Okay, so we'll start with that. Then let me figure something out. All right, so we have a lot of gold going on in here, so I chose this gold vessel right here, and what I did was I just hot glued a ring of these eggs here, and I was going to paint them, but you know what? These are all the colors that are, you know, in those bunnies that are on the dining room table, so I'm leaving it. Okay, so here you go. Here is the piece. I did the eggs with the colors, the same colors that are present in the centerpiece on the table. And I just hot glued them here, you know, a few rows of them all the way around. I did that. I then put in a piece of floral foam, and I used forsythia, which is iconic for the spring, obviously. There's some yellow tulips in here. There's a bunny, there's a trellis, and if you notice, I also, to give it some height, I did branches, and I hot glued some leaves on these as well. All right, so I had these glass leaf plates. I also used them if the family in the family room, if you were observant. They're on the sofa table, and I used these to house the candles. And I used some of these yellow flowers. Very simple, and that's that for that. I don't want to add even more. I actually had a lot more greenery there, and I just took it all out. It was way overboard. All right, so I'm going to keep it simple here, and I have this glass bowl right here, and it has the flowers on it with the colors that you know, I'm using in this room right here, and I'm just going to place it right here. And what I'm going to eventually do is I'll put candy in here, maybe some candy eggs or something like that. Not right now, but eventually that's what's going to go in here. So for now, it's going to be blank. On the other side, I have this really cute bowl here again with the same colors that I'm using in here. It is whimsical, and people keep saying that I'm the king of whimsy, but I don't think so. But thank you for that compliment. And look how cute inside this bowl. Here is this little ducky in there, and again, this is probably going to get some candy in it. So for now, I'm going to just leave it blank right here. And you know what, guys? That's all I'm doing on the sidebar, because there's enough going on here and it doesn't have to be overboard. All right, so here I am in the library on this little fireplace that I built. Wait a second, you didn't see that video? You should check it out. I built this whole piece here using kitchen cabinets. So I think it would be a good idea if you're interested in doing that, if you check out that video. And it was also all because of that stove right down there that I inserted in here. So we call this room the library, and that's why we have some books in here. So I have another mantle that that gives me an opportunity to decorate a little bit. And as my friend Arlen would say, from Arlen's Country Craft Corner, I'm going to do a little something something here. Not much, just a little something something. Okay, so let me get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because we've got some black going on here, right? We have the stove is black. Let me push you down there. And I also painted the faux bricks that I made on the bottom black, as well as that big black, that screen television. So I'm going to use a black elongated dish here. And I'm going to put that there. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is over on this side, I needed a little bit of height. I'm going to do a couple of candles, and I'm just simply going to use this black book. And I'm not going to use this side. I'm using the black side facing forward. So I'm just going to put that right back there. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I have these lanterns that Marianne found. I don't know where she found them. They're on a timer, and they go on and they flicker at night. And they were gray, and I just whitewashed them very, very quickly. So I'm going to put one here on top of that book, and I'm going to put the other one right here in front of that book, just like this, okay? Now, additionally, on top of those, because they're a little bit squatty and flat, I've decided to also add some of these flameless candles right here. So I'm going to put this one up here, and I'm going to put this one here. And surprise, surprise, I am not embellishing them. I'm not putting bow on them. I'm not putting any greenery on them. I am leaving them just like that. That's the way I'm going to leave them. So let me find something to put in that dish right there. All right, so I went looking in my box, and I found two of these drippy kind of garlands. They're not picks, they're not exactly the same, but hey, it is what it is. And I am going to put this one here like this for now, and this one right here for now, okay? And I might have to just lock this in, so I'm going to put this behind this guy right here, just so that it holds it in place. And I want some of them just a little bit draping off. You know, if you know me, you know I like that drippy look, okay? And same thing on the other side. I'm just going to slightly drip that off. Okay, let me get the next layer there. I have a lot of green going on in here with the shutters that I painted and the pictures of the flowers above and so on. And this is attached to the family room, and I have a lot of green going on in there, and I have green pillows in here too. So I just made this quick little springtime arrangement. It'll go away after Easter, and I added a little bunny pick in there, and I'm going to put it right over there, just so it gives some height at this end of the this end. All right, so and just to finish it off, like I said, I'm not going to do too much. I have some of these eggs right here, and I'm going to place them in that black dish. All right, so the eggs just didn't want to sit there the right way because of the ends of the picks. I was having a hard time, and it looked a little bit too flat. So I had to figure something else out there. That wasn't working out as planned. So I had to add this little crystal dish in here just so you barely see it. And the eggs are sitting better in there. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do here for Easter. Okay, everybody, thanks so much. If you made it through the video, if you're still here, I really appreciate it. Like always, don't forget to subscribe if you just stumbled on me. Thumbs up will help my channel get out to more people. And I love hearing from you. A comment is always welcome. All right, everybody, take care. And I will be seeing you really soon with the bay window. I think that'll be up next. Okay, have a great one. Bye-bye.